Hello everyone, welcome back. So in previous lecture, we understand the drawback of maintaining view layer in inside the web controller. So in this lecture, we are going to overcome these problems by writing JSPs. So we just need to return the JSP in your web controller. So we can overcome all the drawbacks in HTML code which is writing in web controller. So let me create the JSPs. So earlier let me open the pom.xml. So inside the pom.xml in last class we disabled this dependency, right? So DevTools, Spring DevTools, I don't want to disable now because every time whenever we are doing changes in our controller, so every time I have to restart. So instead of that, I will enable this dependency. So we no need to restart. Our changes will reflect automatically. So now let me create the JSP. So before that, I want to delete this HTML hard coded content. Delete it, not needed at all. And display string and remove this response body also. This is not needed now. Why? Because so if you have at the rate response body along with this method, so whatever content is there, it will display as it is, right? See, let me testing purpose, I will write here home. So what will happen? So now let me open the browser and refresh. See, as it is, whatever content we are returning inside the method, so it will display as it is if you specify at the rate response body. Now I don't want to specify at the rate response body. Now save the controller and now check what will happen in background. So just refresh your HTML, refresh your browser. See, now it is saying not found, no static resource home, right? So it is saying it is not reflecting at all. So let me update the Maven project because we have enabled this dependency, right? Whenever we are enabling dependency, we must update the project, otherwise it will not work properly, it will misbehave. So now I just updated the Maven project and then let me check now. Refresh the browser, still it is showing no static resource home for not found, right? It is saying no static resource home. So you guys are understood, right? So whenever once I remove that at the rate response body annotation, this Spring container is always trying to look for that specific page, home page. So home static page, it is looking for home static page. So since there is no home static page created, so we are getting 404. You can clearly say no static resource found home. So that is the reason we are getting 404. So now let me make sure spelling should be correct, guys. RESOURCES. So I have created resources folder. So inside that again we have to create WebINF. Create another folder called WebINF. So inside I want to create JSP folder as well. So that is optional. If you don't want, you can directly place inside the WebINF. So I want to create JSP folder to make you understand very easily. So inside that I will create a JSP file call. Just go to file and create home.jsp and click on finish button. Now home.jsp is ready. So what we can, which content we can write inside the JSP? HTML content, because browser can understand HTML content. So already we have created, right, in previous lecture. So this user form, so I will copy this user form and I will paste it inside the JSP. So that's it. So now our JSP file is ready. JSP nothing but Java server pages to display the view layer. So what is the advantage of JSP? So whenever you are doing any modification inside the JSP, you no need to restart the server. Your content will display instantly. Your changes will display instantly, and also displaying dynamic data in in a JSP file is very easy. So and also we can maintain view layer separately. Instead of writing inside the web controller, we can maintain view layer independently. So now, so JSP file we have created successfully inside this path. Now, how container knows this JSP is available inside this path? Container doesn't know anything. So we have to specify the path, like view layer we need to specify explicitly, so that Spring Container can understand, okay, home.jsp is available in this specific folder, where we can define this path. So we already discussed in previous lectures, right? So there is a application.properties. Any configurations related to our application, we have to define inside the application.properties file. So here we need to define that JSP file location, and let me explain you one more concept here. So if you want to define the JSP, what is the name of JSP we have created? Home.jsp. So here, so home.jsp before dot, this we can call it as a prefix. So technically we can call this one as a prefix. After the dot we can call it as a suffix. Suffix nothing but format, and prefix nothing but name of file. So technically we can call it as a prefix and suffix. Suffix nothing but extension of your file, type of your file, and prefix will be your file name. So this prefix and suffix both we have to define inside the application dot properties file. So let me define how we can define. So Spring Container will knows there is a concept called property called spring dot mvc dot view. There is a property nothing but spring dot mvc dot view. So here you have to specify prefix. Prefix is equal, what is the prefix? So we no need to give entire path. So JSP folder path you have to give. So JSP folder path completely till here. So this file is available inside the home.jsp. So now let me display how we can display webinf slash JSP folder slash, that's it. We no need to display anything. So now uh, Spring Container will find the JSP inside this path. The moment we declared spring.mvc.view.prefix property, so Spring Container will always look for JSP inside this folder. So we no need to define. If you want, you can declare entire path: src main resources, meta-nf resources, and webinf. We no need to declare everything. We just need to specify webinf folder slash JSP. So Spring Container will look for the JSP inside this specific folder. So prefix I have declared. So now we need to declare suffix as well. mvc dot view dot suffix is equal to your JSP, your type of your file. That's it. All the JSP files will be identified inside the JSP folder. So now let me check whether our JSP is loading or not. Still it is say, see, we are able to display. It is showing still it is no static resource. It is not treating it as a JSP file. It is not recognizing as a JSP, but it is trying to find out home.jsp webinf slash JSP slash home.jsp. It is saying not found. Spring Container is unable to find it. So we need to add one more dependency to recognize our home.jsp. So what is the dependency called? Let me open the form.xml. If you go to your form.xml, so if you see web controller, we have written home, right? So it is looking for home.jsp now. how home.jsp is trying to looking. So Spring container is trying to looking because we are giving suffix here. So suffix should be .jsp. So whenever it is trying to find that home.jsp, so it is unable to find it. So we have created the page, but still it is not able to find. So what we can do, we need to add one dependency in pom.xml. So actually what personally I feel that is a drawback in Spring Boot application. I don't know why Spring team is not enabled that dependency. So if you go to here pom.xml, if you see, if you go inside the starter web, there is a starter web dependency, right? Spring web module. If you go inside the Spring web module, so there is a Tomcat embed Tomcat. If you search Tomcat hyphen embed, just search for Tomcat or Tomcat hyphen web or core, anything you can search. So Tomcat hyphen embed, try embed. So you can see here Tomcat embed, you can see embedded Tomcat hyphen embed hyphen core module is available, and there is a dependency. This is the dependency we need actually. This dependency already added into the Spring web module, but still our JSP is not at all displaying. So we need to add this dependency in pom.xml, in our pom.xml. So go to effective pom. So here inside the effective pom, so let me close this and open our actual pom file. So actual pom file will not have that. So inside the web module there is a dependency called web module, right? Spring web module. If you go inside that, you can find that Tomcat embed dependency. If this is the dependency we need to display JSP in web browser. So not embed core guys, embed Jasper. This is the dependency, Tomcat hyphen embed hyphen Jasper. As part of the web module, core module also added, Tomcat embedded core module added, and also Tomcat embed JSP dependency also added, but still our JSP is not recognizing. So we need a dependency in actual pom.xml. So let me copy this dependency and close, and then go to your actual pom.xml and paste it here. Spring is already having this dependency, but still our JSP is not displayed. So version you no need to specify, and since this dependency already available in Spring web module, we have to give the scope. Actually we have to give scope provided. Why? Because Spring Boot is already providing this dependency. That is the reason we have to give provided. So the moment we add this dependency, our JSP file can be recognized now. So right click on the project. Whenever we are modifying pom.xml, we must update the project, otherwise it will misbehave, like it will not work properly. So I just updated the Maven project, and all the dependents will be mapped properly. So now let me try to invoke the URL again. Still no static resource webinf slash jsp slash home dot jsp. So what we can do, let me uh, update the Maven project again. Sometimes our project is not built properly. So let me stop the server. So what we can do, let me right click the project, right click on that project, Maven update, and just click on force update. So all the dependents should be mapped properly. Whenever is there any modifications in pom.xml, we must update the Maven project. So now we have added this dependency, right? Embed.jasper, then only JSP can be recognized. This is drawback in Spring Boot application, guys. So this is if you look for inside this Spring Boot web module, it already having it. Actually see, it is already having Tomcat hyphen embed dependency is already there if you check inside the web module. But still, sorry, inside Tomcat hyphen embed hyphen Jasper, this dependency is already available in Spring web module, but still JSP is not recognizing. Personally I feel it is a bug in Spring Boot. So if you add inside the pom.xml manually, then it is recognizing the JSP. So might be they will fix in future. So now go to the web browser. Now let me refresh the browser. Sorry, Tomcat server, I have stopped it, right? So let me start the Tomcat server. Start our Spring Boot application. Why it's not recognizing? So let me run this. Yeah, so now our server started successfully. You can start server by using Java class, Spring Boot main Java class, or you can click on here directly. So very first time if you are trying, then you have to go to your Spring main class and right click run as Java application. That's it. So now server started successfully, right? So now let me open the browser and check. Yeah, now our JSP is displayed successfully. That's it guys, very easy. How we can display the JSP in Spring Boot application? We just need to return the page which you want to display. So Spring container will look for this JSP. So the name which I have given here, home. So since I have created home.jsp inside the webinf folder, so this is the path guys, this is the same path you have to create inside the resources folder. Then only Spring container can identify home.jsp. Only this JSP folder is optional. You can keep directly inside the webinf folder as well. So Spring container can find, identify this home.jsp. And also what is the second step? This is the first step. First we have to create the JSP inside the resources folder in specific path which I have shown here. And second step will be inside the application.properties. You have to mention the JSP file path. So then only Spring container can verify that JSP inside that specific path. So what is the property for that? Spring.mvc view.prefix. And you have to mention your webinf is mandatory guys. So you have to give webinf mandatory. So webinf slash folder you can specify. Since I have created JSP folder, I have declared JSP slash. So next this is, we can call it as a prefix. So now what is the suffix? Suffix nothing but your extension name JSP. So that is also we can define by using spring.mvc.view.suffix equal .jsp. So this is the second step. What is the third step? In form.xml we have to add the dependency. So what is the dependency? Tomcat hyphen embed hyphen jasper dependency. So then this dependency already Spring Boot is providing inside the web module, but still JSP is not recognizing. So for that purpose I just added manually this embed hyphen jasper dependency. From where you can find this? You can click on inside the Spring Boot starter web dependency. Inside that, the moment you click that web module, so inside that you can find Tomcat hyphen, just type Tomcat hyphen embed, just search it. So you can find it here. Tomcat hyphen embed hyphen core and embed hyphen jasper. So this is the dependency we need to add manually inside our actual pom.xml. So these three steps you have to take care, then only we can display JSP in our Spring Boot application. So testing purpose, what I will do, I will just rename this home.jsp. What will happen? Check it. I will just mention home1.jsp. So now check whether our Spring container is able to identify the JSP. No. See, it is saying this application has no explicit mapping. It is showing 404. 404 nothing but home.jsp is not found. So it is always look for home.jsp. Why? Because we have given home. So if you look for index, then Spring container will look for index.jsp. Again refresh. See, Spring container is looking for index.jsp. So hopefully you guys are understood. Whatever file name, whatever JSP name, if you want to return the specific JSP name, you have to mention here. So Spring container always try to look for that JSP. So since index is not available, we are getting exception. So let me revert home.jsp. So let me rename it as a, if you give home1.jsp, See, our web page will be recognized. See, web page is recognized. If you observe, so whenever there is a modifications, those changes are reflecting. So I don't want to give it as a home one. Let me give home only. So let me remove, rename it as a home.jsp. Okay, brace is missed out. Okay, that's it. So this is how we can display JSP in our Spring Boot application. Very easy, guys. So you just need to practice once. So now next step, what is the next step? So we have to send the data. So for example, here there is a first name, last name, email, mobile number. So later we'll get these details in the in our controller. So before that, I want to explain you how we can send data from browser to controller. This is the most important, guys. If you know how to send data from browser to controller, and how send response back to the controller, if you know this, you can understand rest of the concepts are very easily. How to send the data, how to get the data, if you know this, you can understand remaining concepts are very easily. This is the most important concept. So there is a several ways are there to send the data from browser to controller. So let me explain you one by one. So for the time being, what I will do, inside the home.jsp, let me remove this HTML, and let me write simple HTML. Later we will replace that one. So HTML will have body, right? HTML will have body. So inside the body, I want to keep some message, display some message like H2 I will give, and here we can give welcome to Java cafeteria. Okay, or yeah, welcome to Java cafeteria. Give like this name as a welcome to Java cafeteria. So now let me display this. See, welcome to Java cafeteria came, right? So if you observe here, whenever I am modifying the changes in JSP file, we no need to restart the server. See, control, I just saved it. If you observe in background, see, our server is not restarted. So without restarting the server anytime, see, I am modifying the file, something I just modified the file. If you check the console, there is no server restart. So that if you go to the browser and request for the URL, changes are reflected immediately. See, that is the most important advantage in JSP file. So if any modification done in your, this is for request, guys, this is for only request. So whenever any modification done in your JSP file, so server, we no need to restart the server. So immediately those changes will be reflected into your web browser. So I hope you guys understood. Again, I have just see, again I have back changed the message to welcome to Java cafeteria. If I just clear the console, nothing is there, right? The server is not at all restarted. Testing purpose, I will do welcome to Java cafeteria and first application, first web application. Save. See, the moment I save the file, server is to restart, right? So this time server is not restarted because it is a JSP file. Whenever we are modifying any content in JSP file, we no need to restart the server. That is the main advantage in JSP. So our changes will reflect automatically. So now next step, so I want to send data from the browser. There are several ways are there. We can send data by using in the direct URL itself as part of request params, and we can send from the body also, body content, in the sense earlier I have added a user form, right? From there also we can send the data. As part of get request also we can send the data. So as part of the get request, if you want to send the data, we have to give like this question mark, give here question mark, something like see, earlier I already added, that's why it is showing name, my name, just give my name here, my name is equal Java cafeteria. So enter. So I want to display this name dynamically here. So here we are hard coded here, right? Instead of hard coding, so what I will do, I want to display dynamically. So let me remove sorry, let me remove this Java cafeteria here, and let me remove this also. So welcome to, as of now let it as is, and then go to your browser and refresh. So welcome to, I want to display this Java cafeteria dynamically. So how we can do that? So this is a get request, right? As part of the get request, so we just need to append the URL. So inside as part of web page URL, you just need to specify question mark, and this is nothing but query param, guys. So query param or request param. So my name, just I am giving some key. My name is equal to Java cafeteria. So I have given my name as a Java cafeteria. I want to display this name dynamically. How I can do that? Now you are going to learn how we can get query params in web controller. So go to your controller, and there is a annotation called at the rate request param. You can see there is a request param annotation, and then you have to specify string and name. So let me show you, this is what we are expecting, right? So let me copy, and to make you understand, I will just comment it out and that I will save you. So we have to get this value. My name value will be Java cafeteria. How we can get? So just copy this my name string, string string, and my name. That's it. So we can get this Java cafeteria value as part of this my name variable. So how we can get? With the help of at the rate request param. So how do we know whether this name is coming or not? So let me print that system dot out dot println. So inside that I just want to print my name is my name. That's it. So now let's see whether this is displaying or not. Let's check whether this value we are able to capture it or not. So just open the console and go to your at the end, just clear the console. I just want to clear the console. So whenever we are modifying the Java class, server will always try to restart the server. Our changes should reflect in Tomcat server, right? So now I just clear the console, and again I'm trying to send the request. My name is equal Java cafeteria. Just refresh. I just send the request or enter. So now check your console. See, two times I requested my name is Java cafeteria. So this is how we can get query parameters in Spring Boot or Spring Web application. So request param and annotation you have to specify at the request param to get the values from query parameters. So this is a query parameter. So my name is equal to Java cafeteria. So I am able to display it now. Now next question. So I want to display this data in JSP. How I can display? So there is a concept called modal map. There is a concept called modal map. You can see spring framework is having arg dot spring framework dot ui package. Inside that there is a modal map is available. Inside that map we have to set that value. That's it. Map dot put, simple map object, guys. So here map will have key, right? So key I will give my name. Any name you can give here. So my name, and then this value we have to set the value which we are getting from the browser request param. We just need to pass into that map. That's it. So now we have to display this value. How we can display this value in JSP? So go to your home.jsp. so there is a expression, we have to specify dollar expression. So with the help of dollar expression, then we can display that name dynamically, Java Cafeteria dynamically. So now let me refresh the browser. See, welcome to Java Cafeteria. Whatever query parameter, request query parameters we are passing from the web browser, we are able to get it in JSP. What are all the steps we have to take care? So if you want to get the query parameters, you have to specify as part of the, along with the URI. So you have to specify question mark, and you have to provide the key and value. Key is equal to value. How we can get this key? So with the help of @request param annotation, you have to pass to your method @request param annotation, and you have to provide that name, property name. This property name should be same, guys, otherwise you cannot get. So the property which we are having here, my name, same name you have to give it here. So now we just need to pass this value in model map. So there is a model map object. See, beauty of Spring Boot application, we haven't created the object of model map. See, without creating object of model map, we are getting, how we are getting? Spring Boot Spring container is creating object of map whenever server you have restarted. So now map dot put, and my name, I just captured that my name value, and then we just set in model map. That's it. How we can set this data in JSP? So go to the JSP. Inside the JSP, you have to provide expression, dollar expression, and then provide that key. What is this key? Here, whatever we have given it here, that will be displayed. Same name you have to give. For example, if I give here sample, SAMPLE sample. So now if you see whether this cafeteria value will display or not. See, cafeteria value not displayed. So whatever key name you have specified, same key you have to give. So now instead of sample, so sample I will give in JSP. See, sample I will give it in JSP as a expression. So that's it. Save that file and go to your browser. Now we are able to display welcome to Java Cafeteria. So this is how we can get query parameters in web controller. Very easy, guys. So I will give proper name, key name, my name. To make you understand, I just changed it. So my name here. Very simple, guys. This is how we can get the data from the request param as part of the query parameters. So whatever data you are passing here, we can display in JSP. So in next lecture, I will catch you in next lecture, guys. Okay, you have, make sure you guys are practicing every day. Who are all watching newly, you have to kindly subscribe my channel and watch all the videos. See, go to youtube.com/Rasul-Sheikh playlist, or you can search for Java Cafeteria in YouTube. You can directly find out, and you can subscribe, and you can learn all the Spring Boot concepts and JPA, microservices, Angular. I will add all the most of the important concepts. I will add into this playlist, guys. Definitely developers will like it. Thank you, guys. I will catch you in next lecture.